Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Let me tell you, this video was supposed to go out a week ago, but it just kept on getting demonetized, and you know I don't play about my money, so it kept getting delayed, and like after a certain point I was just like, it's not worth nothing ever in my life. But we're finally gonna give it to you, so I hope you enjoy watching. The term retro is very vague in regards to music, fashion, videos, and so on. It refers to various styles of the past, whether it be derivative of trends from 20 or 50 years ago. But it seems like the only point of reference available to K-pop companies for the past 3 years has been 70s disco and 80s synth pop, with everything else restricted as if you were in high school trying to use the shitty booty Wi-Fi. Okay, you know how you gotta log in with your school username or whatever and the password, and then they still won't let you get on Instagram. That's what it is that bullshit. And this is where most of the issue lies. There's barely any variety in the never-ending retro wave in K-pop. All of the releases have pretty much blended into one, as they are similar in aesthetic and sound, never attempting to make it unique to the artist, or at least different from the rest of these other bitches. Having a retro-inspired concept used to mean something in this society. Now, you're just gonna hear this random K-pop group's rendition of Say So, Blinding Nights, Physical, whatever else Dua Lipa release, and you better hope to like it. You know how men used to go to war and mow the lawn? K-pop companies used to commit to one decade and its aesthetics, rather than mixing it with a bunch of random things that don't make sense. Another thing is their individuality. There were so many second-gen groups doing retro styles of music, even from the same decade, with songs produced by the same people, but never did they sound like the bitch down the Inkigayo Hall. Like, I have never put on a Brown Eyed Girl song and be like, oh, this is Rainbow Down. Oh, Cara could have did this. Oh, Wonder Girls should have done this. Like, and unlike these daycare students, they often fully committed themselves to the concept. I'm talking visuals, concept photos, music videos, B-sides, styling, like whoa, the whole package. But the girls today will give you an Olivia Rodrigo B-side and then call it a single album. And they won't look anything like the decade they're referencing. It's sick. Whenever I make a video, no matter the topic, there will always be a comment asking me about them Dusty Boy groups. And as I always say, literally, what about these little boys? They are all so boring and almost always do the same shit in a different font. You either get terrible music with like a teen angst concept or dog doo-doo music from the edgy concepts. Just know that both of them have terrible music, obviously, but also absolutely cannot sing, cannot and should not rap, and try their hardest to outdance and outperform each other. And they always have the same like concept photos. The music videos all look the same. So what would I be tuning in for and why? Y'all chose men, not me. The day FX was put into the same category of experimental K-pop groups with the likes of Stray Kids and Mix, Lapillus, and more was the day pop music died. I feared, like, ew, I hate when an ugly bitch calls me twin. I hate when an ugly girl calls me twin. The experimental approach to music and media should deviate from the conventional. It should push boundaries, reinvent the familiar, and defy our standards and expectations. It should be exciting, refreshing, and most importantly, good. Lately, though, many K-pop groups have adopted this and applied it to their concept in music, or as usual, defensive fans will use it to poorly shield their faves from criticism, but we see how that has worked out for them in the past, or not. Having an experimental concept used to mean something, and there was a fine line between experimental concepts and just pulling shit from your ass. As time goes on in 4th gen, the lines have completely blurred and nobody cares, I fear. Now it just means you're gonna use anything in the studio you can to build the instrumental. Press every single button in the booth, you know, do everything on our first take, doo-doo all over the fucking room, and y'all better like the way it smells, and say fuck it, we ball when it comes to everything else. You're an experimental group, baby. can you at least try not to be like the other girls? You know, you're an experimental group, but the most unconventional thing you could come up with was genre mixing. You're an experimental group, but your entire concept is based on what another company has been doing for years. You're an experimental group, but you look and sound like the hoes next door. You're an experimental group, but you don't even try to look different from the other girls. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, experimenting means nothing nowadays when your albums are mass bought and currently killing off ecosystems in the ocean. That's just terrorism. We're in the year 2023 with 4 months left to go, and y'all are still doing girl crushes if your name is Wax Sting. It's a whole new decade and y'all just won't stop and show no signs of slowing down. Like, I truly thought we discussed this and told y'all to leave it in 2020, and it's somehow only gotten worse since then, especially on the teen crush side. There are several reasons why the girl crush concept is no longer exciting. It's become very predictable, formulaic, and monotonous. Although the concept has died down in recent years, it did terrorize and oversaturate the industry for a bit following the release of D4, and then that teen crush wave came in with a dollar. We all can't be Wax Stink, Itzy can't even be Itzy, and it's just like, with this, everyone is 15 years old at debut. You want to be edgy, bad girl, and hardcore and cuss a little with these baby girl raps, baby girl voices, hip-hop influenced tracks, but you look like Chu and Suki, you know, convince hope because you are not convincing me. It just doesn't work for y'all. Sorry.
그래서